Thank you. Welcome back. I don't even know if I still can say welcome back, because I haven't made a video in probably over a year, and I haven't made a video in English just yet, because when you last saw me I was on a big Harley back in Sweden, and now I'm on a 155cc Yamaha in Thailand. And the difference between riding in Sweden and riding in Thailand, that's pretty much night and day. I can probably take the gnarliest riders I've ever seen, and that's about average here. But they're doing it on very small lightweight bikes, and around 20,000 of them dies every year. And I can see why. Their traffic is pretty much insane, and the rules are more considered guidelines, I would say. They have some sort of thoughtful way of understanding, and they're like helping each other out just enough to keep it working. And that's pretty much why it works. If it wasn't for that, they would probably kill each other everywhere, basically. And this is one of the bigger red lights in Pattaya. It's between the Sai Sam and Pattaya Klang. And people actually stop for a red light unless it's crowded, then they don't. So we had a night a week ago where they had like a fireworks festival, and when I came to the red light, everyone just ran it, because the traffic out in the intersection was so slow, so you could pretty much fit a bike through everywhere, and if you can, they will. Completely different beast, and it's as fun as it is to just get on a bike and relax. Well, that's not the kind of riding you're gonna get inside a town here. Let's see, 15. I'm trying to read street signs as we go here. I'm going to 19, so it's right up here. My favorite coffee spot. And we can fit through there, right? Perfect. See, I want to be on the other side because that's better when I'm getting out of here. Oh well, we continue this one later on. Now I need to get some breakfast. Just gonna wait for this car. Had first meal in a couple of days. Not a couple of days, but almost well over 24 hours at least. This boat wasn't in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry though, but I won't be stuck by a fat float doing 15 miles an hour. wondering when the traffic is moving again. So the Thai traffic, everyone moves at different speeds and no real traffic laws seems to apply. I've been there for 3 weeks and I'm not even sure if it's illegal to turn left on a red light, much like it is in the US, but well, on the side of the road, part of the world, and not really have the chance to calm down here. But I'm starting to find my way around, and that helps a lot. Being lost, but I try to keep an eye on all the traffic around you, and stuff like that. It's pure hell first day, so mental trying to ride down there. The streets are so narrow, so you don't really think they had cars in the plans when they made the town. You can still go ways on them. So when you have a car from both directions, that pretty much shuts everything down. And the blinkers are optionary. If you can't fit, just go slow enough so everyone sees you and you block yourself way out to wherever you want to go. That's the opposite of how traffic works in every other place I've been, at least. Because being in the way, obstructing everyone to move forward is almost like 8 deaths back in Sweden. And here it's a way of life, pretty much. So now we've gone from side up to side zone. Pretty much means from the neighborhood to the second floor. We're going down to Siam, the big hotel right there. Back to London, back to the cold. Then we need to send sunshine picture to him every morning so he knows what he's missing on. Oh well, I'll just leave you here then. Oh well. Gave them a call. They told me that they weren't here anymore. So we're just gonna head over to the famous or the infamous Soi 6. For some reason that's where I find my friends. pretty much every day since they got here. At least since they found Soy 6. For you that don't know about Soy 6 in Pattaya, please Google it before you get here. Google Pattaya before you go here, because I didn't. Boy, was I in for a shock. Pattaya is where all the lonely men of the world goes to find company. Well, I'll never be lonely enough to pay for female company. That's just so wrong in my world. Everything is free for all on these roads. Well, I didn't plan to give you a ride down Soy 6. It might be too early in the day to actually show what it's like, but you might get the idea. Let's see how it looks when we get down there. And as soon as there's a gap, you get 15 speeding scooters filling the gap. And here's Soy 6. Oh yeah, this is Soy 6 before opening hours. No ladies just yet, some, but I should take a night trip down here. You're gonna see the carnage. It looks like a good spot for me. Here's where you're gonna end up with if you have hangover British people. The Queen Vic's Inn. Hold on. That's all for now. Now you get to see Soy 6 all lit enough. This is Sin City right here. But yeah, it's pretty much where all the lonely men end up. I'm not really sure about the rates, and even less sure about the conversion rates, but you can pretty much pick up any girl here for less than $100, American dollars, that is. Let's see, right here we should be able to get out. And this is Soy 6-1. This is the dark side of Soy 6. We got some nasty ladyboys back here. And you hear a lot of bad things about the ladyboys, but as long as you turn them down with respect, yeah, you don't have to turn them down either. You might be into that kind of thing. But as long as you're polite, they will be polite. I haven't seen any of them be any worse of a human than anyone else. Oh well. And Pattaya is pretty much kind of a Sin City that never sleeps. box. So should try to make a right here somewhere soon enough. Pick it up to the right street. Not here. Side 6 is very easy to get into from my place, but it's hard as fuck to get out. This side zone only goes one way. See, I want to get outside the city. I haven't hardly been outside the city in a couple of days. Highway is to cut inside the car right in front of us, because this street is too narrow to really fit 2 cars, but they're allowed to, so they try. Don't want to get stuck behind that for too long. Well, this is me. And as long as you can fit a set of handlebars through, it's pretty much free game. I'm gonna regret parking in here so bad tomorrow. Hope all of them are at work. Well, that was pretty much everything for the night. Drink out of here. That's the bad thing with not riding a scooter. You can't fit stuff to it. Oh well. This is Backroad Cycles. Have a good night.